Hi, how's everybody doing today? My name is Steven Rosenberg. This is Ginzburg, and welcome to another episode of Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes. Today, we are going to be talking about sales funnels and how to start one. Jean, how are you doing so far today?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. This is a topic near and dear to my heart.
Yes, it is.
I do a lot with sales funnels, and I know that they can be a little maybe intimidating for maybe entrepreneurs or people just getting started with their business. So we're going to talk about how to get started with a sales funnel because, of course, some more mature businesses, they already have something like that in place. But of course, they had to start somewhere too, right? It didn't just you're not just born with a sales funnel.
Exactly.
So you have to start somewhere. Yes. Sure. I was born with a sales funnel in the back of my pocket.
Yeah.
So I think before we even get into into the sales funnel itself, and there's a few steps that I take with my clients before we even get to that point. So the first step is understanding who you are as a business first. And I know that might sound a little bit weird or off, but before we can communicate out to the world, we need to understand who we are ourselves. So like, what is really our focus? What's our mission? What are our core values? Because all of that is going to be part of the funnel, because attracting the right kind of customers or clients is going to first require us to understand who we are as a business ourselves. And if you haven't done something like that, like a strategic, business plan for your own company, then I would highly recommend doing something like that, which involves like getting your team together and talking about your core values. What's your mission? What's your vision? What is your core focus? Things like that. So that would be the first step. So any thoughts about that first step, Stephen?
No, I just think it's very important what you said, and I hope nobody looked over it. But yes, definitely making sure that you have your ducks in a row and knowing what you're going after, whether that's in a business plan or something similar to that, is absolutely crucial. I couldn't stress that part enough.
Yeah, I feel so many times that, so many people and businesses just kind of, gloss over that, or wing it. And I think it's such an important piece before we can really go out there. We need to understand who we are. So we're not going to beat a dead horse. So that's step number one. So step number two would be to understand who your target audience is. So before you can start marketing to people, you have to understand who are you trying to market to. So partially, thinking about what's your vision and mission and core values is going to direct you a little bit into that space. So are you going after startups, entrepreneurs? Are you going after moms? Are you going after women who are 55 plus? Like, you have to understand that. But it's more than just demographic information. It's also psychographic. So what are their challenges? What are their pain points? And how is your service or product going to solve those challenges and pain points for them?
Exactly. How are you going to solve their problem?
Yep. So that's critical too. So again, second, both of those points, knowing who you are and knowing who your customer is, I feel like a lot of times businesses gloss over. So important to have and understand that before you even get into the sales funnel. So the sales funnel, we can kind of start there, but why do you need a sales funnel? So the main reason is to bring prospects into the top of the funnel. And the reason why it's called a funnel is because the top of the funnel is bigger and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller as you get to the bottom. So you bring in prospects at the top, and then you nurture them over a period of time in your funnel, and then they convert into paying customers. Now, of course, not 100% of the people you bring in are going to convert to paying customers, right? Because it's a funnel, right, and not a square and not a rectangle.
Yeah, exactly.
So the funnel, so really the main idea is here, you want to add value, you want to be consistent with your content, with your copy, with your messaging, and bring in the type of client or customer or prospect that you want to attract to your business. So could be, whatever it is you're trying to solve for them, for that particular audience, you're trying to add value up front. And then when it comes time to say, hey, I have a dish, a product, let's say I have more information, would you like to buy my product? It becomes a much more of a natural progression versus just trying to sell something. So This sales funnel would really require a few things. It would require content, so creating videos and articles and blog posts that are relevant to your audiences, that are relevant to your business model, relevant to your product and service, and then creating a kind of a step-by-step process or touch points that I call them within this funnel. So typically the top of the funnel is going to be more generic, I'd say, information about a specific topic to kind of entice people to get to learn more about what it is. The middle of the funnel is going to be additional information, more specific content, more in-depth content, and more about your branding, what it is about your mission and your vision. And then the bottom of the funnel is really going to be the conversion stage. So these are individuals who are ready to buy from you. So at this point, maybe they have questions. So maybe they might go to your Facebook page and go to your messenger bot and maybe type in a question, or maybe talk to a salesperson. So this would be the bottom of the funnel. So that is how you would create this funnel. Any thoughts or ideas here before I move on to the final step?
No, I mean, I think everything you've said so far is really good. I don't know if you have any specific like sites or things like that you've used or that you know exist. It doesn't have to be something you've used, just tools out there that we can point people to.
Absolutely. So the last step would be, the tools, and basically how do you format this funnel, right? Like we were talking now kind of conceptually about what it looks like, but how do you actually like execute this funnel, right? So yes, there are platforms out there. One platform I've used and used with my clients is called ClickFunnels. I recommend it. It basically allows you, it's a platform that allows you to take all the steps of the funnel and like organize it into it's like an organizational tool for your funnel, basically. If you're not using ClickFunnels, you can just use email marketing. So like, let's say you have MailChimp or iContact or whatever, ActiveCampaign, whatever is your email tool. And you can organize that as part of a marketing automation piece of your tool. So like you can create all of these emails in advance and just have them drip out to your prospect over a period of time. So that is the tools that I typically use. And ClickFunnels and marketing automation are kind of similar. ClickFunnels is just a specific tool that is used specifically for creating funnels. But all of this can be done through, let's say, a marketing automation platform like ActiveCampaign or Infusionsoft or HubSpot, whatever you're using. So create all of this in advance and then drip that out to your prospects with content, with videos, with case studies, so that they understand what it is that you're doing, what your brand is all about, what your value add is, and how you're helping them. At the end of the funnel is where you ask them to buy from you, and that's the bottom of the funnel. So that would be the tools that I would recommend when it comes to creating the funnel.
Okay. And then do you have any suggestions on when you're actually ready at that stage on the best way to get people to convert? Because I think one thing people should be really clear on is, just to keep the numbers simple, you get 100 people into your funnel. You can't expect 100 people to make it all the way through the funnel, or 50% of the funnel. I mean, you've got to set your expectations realistically. Then have you noticed a pattern of like how you then go about doing it, and what usually is the success rate?
Success rate, I'd say, would probably be about 5 to 10%. Again, this is just very generic. Depends on your product, but something along those lines, where you would probably be seeing, if you have 100 people coming into the top of the funnel, you probably will get 5 people paying for your product at the bottom of the funnel. So just very generically speaking.
And we're not saying that number to discourage anybody, but just to set your expectations.
Yeah.
You've got to go out there and ask 100 people for every 5 yeses.
It's a numbers game.
If you put yourself in that state of mind, you're going to end up winning if you do that over and over and over.
Yeah, I mean, it's a numbers game. It's like that with any business, any industry. It's like you're going to ask 100 people to invest in your business, and you might get one person to invest in your business. So, so we're almost out of time. It's almost 10 minutes. So any last thoughts? All right, great. Well, thanks so much, Stephen. Talk to you later.
See ya.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you'll continue to get involved and join us as we help you find success in your entrepreneurial journey. Please follow, like, and share with others who will find this beneficial. We'll see you on the next episode of Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes with Stephen and Jean.